Hey guys, how you doing? Well, it's the end of the day, and at the end of the day, or close to the end of the day, I like to, I don't know, put together last comments or anything, or sum everything up, that kind of thing, I guess. And the good news is the movement's still growing, and the bad news is, well, there ain't much bad news, but it's still growing, guys, and it's doing good. So that's really good. So I mean, as we're growing, I just wanted to make a little bit of a judgment comment on where we're going as Canadians if we don't get involved. Okay, a little bit, you know. So the chat's open. This is live, and we've got zero buddy in here. But I mean, it's late at night. Eh? I mean, so but it is live, and but where are we going as Canadians? You know, I mean, we've got this country, and we've got this movement of responsibility going on right now because we've had a lot of realizations about our government and about how things are run in this country, and basically, to sum it up, uh, you know, the gloves have been on too long on the public, you know, like as far as stepping up and doing grand jury and stuff like that. And like when the government goes out of line, right? I mean, just on the border issue alone. I mean, everything is built on economics. I mean, when you're in a society, right? I mean, it's all economics, and you know, if it's going to strain your economy immensely, like crazily, like, is this the right decision? And on top of that, all the other stuff that's in behind that, okay, economics, just economics. What's it going to cost the taxpayer to bring in this migration? I mean, it's going to be enormous. I mean, enormous. I mean, if you ever thought of getting out of debt, that's got to be the most far-fetchedest thing I could even fathom. Okay, I mean, really. Not to mention the culture differences. You know, when you're cramming two different cultures, I mean, you're busting up culture all. I mean, don't you have any pride for your culture, Mr. Trudeau? I mean, Canadian culture. Um, I don't get that. You know, these countries that they're coming from are war-torn countries. I mean, like, and whatever. I mean, I can't really, I shouldn't really say because I haven't been there. I mean, I see this on TV and stuff and all that. But that's where this fog bank of the government rolls in here because you know, I don't believe the government anymore, and I could throw them across the street. Okay, so you know, that's a problem. And so he wants to go into this policy of open borders. Well, it's how is that making peace on in the country? Like you've got every Canadian up in arms over this, and the loss of jobs. You boast about the economy, you know, bursting and everything. Well, you're so full of crap. Because I mean, shit, we've got a convoy coming out your way to give you a little word. I mean, as far as you know, things aren't right in the country there, Mr. Trudeau. I mean, they're not, economically speaking. You're off the rails. I mean, you never helped the poor, put anything in engaging with the, what do you call them? Vet, soldier vets. You know, the vets that came back from the war and they're busted up and you know, they need help because of what they've been through and all that. And I start to hear about all these complaints about shit. You know, you've dumped on our vets. You've dumped on our country. In fact, Mr. Trudeau, I mean, to sum everything up, you've dumped on a lot of people, okay? And this is not going to be your ordinary protest, all right? I mean, this protest is going to continue and continue peacefully until your corruption is out of office, grand juries are in place, and I don't know what else after that, but, you know, people are going to take back this government for the people, of the people. You know, the way government is supposed to be dealt with or handled or whatever, okay? It's supposed to be a democracy, all right? And I don't see your government as being a democracy. You are a dictatorship. You're a hidden, sneaky dictatorship that, I don't know. When I see so much disorderness and, you know, people sleeping on the streets and losing their homes and can't afford to pay their hydro bills. I mean, making a decision between food and paying your bills. You know, this is getting really stupid. This is really getting stupid, okay? Something is very wrong, all right? And I think it has to deal with the amount of taxes that you are claiming to be taking, okay? Like, it's the pocketbook here, guys. You know, you're spending tax dollars like it's your money, and it's not your money, it's the people's money. You know, you're supposedly elected into office to listen to the people. I mean, this election thing carries on to, you're supposed to be listening to the people because the people are the oversight of the government, you know, in case you didn't notice that. That is a democracy. So now gears are going to get put into motion to put our government back into a democracy from a corruption. And it's going to be done very peacefully. It's going to be done very civilly. And I'm going to tell you something else, okay? I don't know if you'll ever get this video or not, all right? But I know the underhanded sneakiness of the government, okay? And the fucking bullshit you guys pull. Well, you try this, you try that on this fucking movement. And I promise you, okay? I will take your corruption all the way up to the Mr. Prime Minister's office. And I will be there. I hope to be there. Or at least watching. How about that? Because I'm a man of my word. At least watching you being walked away in handcuffs. Okay? Because the Yellow Jackets movement, and you've already tried starting a little narrative, is that, whoa, we're a militant group. No, we're not a militant group, okay? We are a peaceful demonstration, and we are standing together as Canadians, shoulder to shoulder, to wipe out this dirty, rotten corruption that is falling into our government so bad that we are having to come together off the job line, off the work line, okay? To put you on notice and for us all to band together, give you a message. Well, this is my message, okay? And I've been saying it for months now, but you haven't been listening to the people because my message was, if you walked out of office tomorrow, it would be the greatest Christmas present you could be giving to the Canadian people, okay? And all the rest of them corrupt bastards, okay? If you walked away tomorrow, that would be the best Christmas present you could give. But no. You guys gonna hang on. Okay, so that's fine. You hang on. But you're gonna get a message from the people. We've had enough. All right? We've had enough. And I speak for a lot of people, believe me. All right? There's a convoy coming your way, and it's gonna shut down your town for 3 days, Mr. Trudeau. All right? That should send a very clear message that you have fucked with my country, with our country, sorry, pardon me, with our country here in Canada, okay? And if you're not going to listen to the people by stepping down and stepping out of office because you don't know how to run a fucking government or your people, all right, then grand juries, and they are going to form, okay? Grand juries are going to form. And I hope that you don't pull out your dirtiness, because we're not being aggressive, okay? We're not going to go toe to toe with any cops, okay? In fact, I believe there's a lot of cops on our side, believe it or not. Okay? I believe there's a lot of people on our side. Mr. President, or not Mr. President, Mr. Trudeau, in a peaceful way, in a very peaceful and a lawful way, we want the corruption out of government. Okay? That is as plain, as simple as your face. A very, very layman's term. Now, you can do it peacefully or, okay? We are a peaceful movement, but we are a determined movement, all right? Because we've seen enough suffering in this country, okay? Enough people out of work, enough people being hammered down and broken up inside because they just don't know where to turn anymore, okay? Well, we the people are getting together. As you can see, we have yellow jackets on, okay? And we're sending you a message, all right, that this is going to get cleaned up, and it's going to get cleaned up so that the government is running for the people, not the people running for the government, all right? That's the big message. So I hope you get it straight that time, because, the narrative you've attempted to put out is not going to work, okay? I understand what's going on here. So, it's there, and the information is there. It's not that we're hiding. Here's a video telling you straight out, you've upset this country, and that's a shame. And you should, with all due respect, resign, because you're not doing anybody any good, especially in this country, all right? You should never have been elected Prime Minister of Canada. To tell you the truth, I never voted for you, by the way. Okay, but you've been a complete disgrace to this country. And the little flag girl that was waving in the Kamloops there, hand up, asking for a simple question, you didn't even acknowledge that person. I mean, here she is with a Canadian flag yet. And you were so high up because you're Mr. Prime Minister, you couldn't even ask that lady, that girl, what the question was. And she's waving and waving through the whole session. And you didn't even have the nuts to address a normal Canadian. I'm ashamed of you, Mr. Trudeau. I really am. I really am totally ashamed of your whole bullshit. So now you've pissed me off. You've pissed off every Canadian, okay? So now, I'm pissed off. Really, I am. And I'm a part of the Yellow Jackets movement. And I have freedom of speech under the Constitution, okay? I have freedom of association under the Constitution. We are under an emergency stance, and we are running under the Canadian Constitution of Human Rights and Liberties. Now, that Constitution stands, and you can try and manipulate it all the fuck you like, okay? But it's very plain and simple. That Constitution was written for the people and by the people. And you, sir, are not following the Constitution at all. Your government is a de facto government. In other words, an illegitimate government. And the Yellow Jackets are going to stand up and help to make this government non-corrupt and for the people of the people. And you probably don't even have the nuts to come and find out this video. But anyways, I'm peaceful message we're putting out there. Civil rights, Mr. Trudeau, goes a long way with Canadians. Always has. All you had to do is spark the right spark. And that you've done. So you got me now pissed off, and all the rest of Canada. So do me a favor, one last time, one more time. I'm asking you one last time. Resign as Prime Minister of Canada immediately, because you have breached the Canadian Charter of Rights, okay? Many times. You and your government. All right? You've breached it many times. You're not doing anything for the people of Canada. You're doing something for the people of some other country. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much sure that's what's considered as a traitor to your country. And you're our prime minister? Are you fucking nuts? I mean, I don't want to go too far. Anyways, uh, do us all a favor. Just get out of office, and I don't know what to tell you, but you're illegitimate. All right? You're illegitimate government, and I'm waking up to your bullshit. So, it's out there, and believe me, this is going to be a beautiful year. Trust me. 2019 for the people. Until next time, YouTube, it's me getting the word out there. I hope you enjoyed watching. Do subscribe to the channel, and I have a Fund Me page on Facebook if you want to help out government. All right? And unless we straighten out that corrupt government, things are going to get a lot worse, people. Okay? A lot worse. So be aware of that, because it's already coming. The signs are there. I don't need somebody to, hit me in the fucking head with a brick to know what's going on. All right? So obviously, if I know what's going on, you should be able to know what's going on too. So if you're a Canadian, stand up for your rights. Stand up for your civil rights. And no matter what anybody tells you, we're a non-violent, peaceful movement standing up for Canadians and this country, because the government is corrupt and is selling us out. And I ain't gonna stand for it, and neither would you. All right? So, the signs are there. Until next time, YouTube, it's me getting the word out there. So be good, be safe, and all the rest. Until next time, I'll catch you tomorrow.